Guide. We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Exclusive reports from the Capitol only on 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we'll have the latest on the deadly attack where a driver plowed a truck into a New Year's crowd in New Orleans. 14 people were killed. Plus, we're live in Washington, D.C. to get some insight on what to expect when the Republican trifecta of government officially takes over. And for those in Marquette, if you're not sure what to do with your Christmas tree now that the holidays have passed, the Department of Public Works has a solution. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Checking out the night planning here for Marquette. Not a lot of lake effect here, though lake effect will be falling around us. But for Marquette itself, just mainly cloudy skies, some light snow and flurries, cold wind. Temperatures will be dropping into the upper teens by daybreak. Lake effect will continue, though, out toward Newberry, Munising, and out towards Sault Ste. Marie and along the shores of Lake Superior. Temperatures falling into the teens, the lower 20s. Forecast into the weekend coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. We are learning more about the man the FBI says is responsible for the New Year's Day terror attack in New Orleans. Authorities say 14 people were killed and dozens more injured when a truck intentionally rammed into a crowd of people in the city's famed French Quarter. The attacker was then killed by police in a shootout. Katie Weiss reports from New Orleans.
The FBI now says the driver who plowed into a crowd of people in a pickup truck in New Orleans on New Year's Day acted alone.
There is just nothing to indicate through call records, through anything on those devices, through interviews, through anything in our systems that he was aided in this attack by anybody.
Investigators called the actions of Shamsuddin Jabbar an act of terror, saying the U.S. citizen and Army veteran proclaimed his support for ISIS in several videos he posted shortly before the attack.
In the first video, Jabbar explains he originally planned to harm his family and friends, but was concerned the news headlines would not focus on the, quote, war between the believers and the disbelievers, end quote.
The FBI searched Jabbar's house in Houston Thursday. Among the victims killed in the attack were 28-year-old former Princeton University football star Tiger Besh and Reggie Hunter, 37-year-old father of two. Back in New Orleans, Bourbon Street reopened to pedestrian traffic Thursday afternoon ahead of the start of the Sugar Bowl, which was delayed a day because of the tragedy.
No terrorist is ever going to derail life in the United States. And I think that's what we want to do today is really enjoy this game in memory of those people who lost their life.
We have a record of being able to show we can provide safety, and we're going to do that again.
Police say they've ramped up security, including adding heavier equipment to block the intersections.
We've also learned the 2 police officers who were injured in the firefight with the attacker have been discharged from the hospital. Tomorrow at noon, the new Congress will begin. Republicans will have the majority in both the House and Senate. And with President-elect Donald Trump's return to the White House, it's a Republican trifecta in Washington. Our D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp now joins us live at the Capitol. Rachel, good evening. What can we expect from the incoming new Congress?
Oh, good evening, Kevin. So some of the Republican members that I spoke with, they say they're very much looking forward to the 119th Congress. They say they finally want to be able to focus on those issues and priorities that they really want to be able to move forward with, especially President-elect Donald Trump's policy plans when he does take over the White House once again. So I just kind of want to break down some of the numbers for you leading into the 119th Congress. Now, House Republicans won about 220 seats compared to Democrats winning about 215, but the incoming Trump administration has named a few of those House members to be part of his administration, essentially shrinking the House Republican majority even more. Now, this leaves very little room for any members to cross party lines when it comes to voting on, well, anything and everything. Senate Republicans have just a couple of seats more, making them in the majority in the Senate. But this new Congress also means new leadership over in the Senate. with Senator John Thune of South Dakota to take the reins as Senate Majority Leader after Mitch McConnell is stepping down from his leadership position. So as far as policies go, we expect the new Congress to start off with an easy win, which is most likely going to focus on taxes. We can expect members to possibly move forward with extending some Trump-era tax cuts. Republicans have also said they want to tackle issues related to immigration, but political scientists we spoke with said it might not be an easy win.
We know that immigration has really been a very, very difficult thing for Democrats and Republicans to compromise on. It's not easily done through the budget reconciliation process. We know Donald Trump blew up the budget compromise, the bipartisan compromise before. This is going to be really difficult because they're going to be putting in new things like the H-1B visas, the Dreamers, as well as border deportations, which will have to be funded. That's going to be difficult.
Now, the 118th Congress will wrap up around 11 a.m. tomorrow, and then the first kind of order of business over in the House is to elect a new speaker, which we do expect to happen around noon tomorrow. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much as always. The all-new 119th Congress will kick things off in Washington with a vote for Speaker of the House. House Speaker Mike Johnson received the go-ahead from Republicans in an unofficial vote this fall, but it remains to be seen if that support will carry Johnson over the finish line in tomorrow's official vote. One Republican, Thomas Massey of Kentucky, is pledging to oppose Johnson, and several other Republicans have not committed to supporting Johnson. An already razor-thin House majority for Republicans is expected to be even smaller when members are sworn in on Friday. Representative Matt Gaetz won re-election but resigned last month, bringing the total to 434 members. House Johnson will need 218 votes and can afford only one GOP defection if every member is present and votes for a candidate. Johnson has received the endorsement of President-elect Trump and has support from almost all Republicans. WZMQ 19 News also spoke with Dr. Belt to see if that support will be enough to avoid a repeat of last January.
Speaker McCarthy was eventually able to become Speaker by cutting a bunch of deals during that time. I don't think Speaker Johnson's going to let that happen this time. He is going to get everything lined up before the vote so that we don't have this drama and embarrassment for the party coming into having both the House, the Senate, and the presidency. They want to hit the ground running, and they don't want any perceptions of not being able to govern.
Republicans are eager to get the 119th Congress in motion as soon as possible. Many of them believe they have a golden opportunity with control of the House, Senate, and White House, and that they don't have any time to waste. Now that the holidays are coming to an end, Marquette Public Works is helping clean up Christmas trees. 2 Christmas tree drop-off zones are available for Marquette residents once they have been taken down. One is in Marquette YMCA parking lot and the other in the parking lot of the Beaver Grove Area Park. Only natural trees can be left and all Christmas decorations must be removed beforehand.
Who asked that all the trees be stripped down of any tinsel or lights or ornaments and that type of thing, because once collected, these trees will be all hauled out to the composting operation at the county landfill.
The sites will be available for drop-off through January 9th. We have your first warning weather forecast coming up after the break, and later Mike Ludlum breaks down your sports headlines, starting with Michigan Tech and NMU hockey players receiving recognition after a recent invitational, and later a major injury for one of the Detroit Pistons point guards, Jaden Ivey, who is recovering following surgery. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
NCIS Sydney.
IFP.
We're hunting this terrorist while trying to recapture a stolen missile and solve a double homicide. You're enjoying this.
That obvious?
This is one of those moments where the Navy expects you to think outside the box. To have the guts to ignore history and trust your instinct.
I like that.
Dream to be on Jennifer Hudson's show.
We have the judges from the hit show, The Masked Singer.
This is what you get on The Masked Singer.
Plus, the world's most adorable food critic. And we've got things to taste.
I think it tastes like Mo. That means I want some more.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's end of the year clearance. You'll save 30 to 60% off hundreds of items. We're clearing out sofas from Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and England. You can buy a nice sofa for just $449. There's big discounts on recliners from Lazy Boy, Flex Steel, and Best. Recliners start at just $299. And huge discounts on Amish dining room and bedroom furniture, quality that will last a lifetime. There's clearance prices on mattresses from Serta, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. A full-size mattress is just $179. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Checking out the headlines for Marquette. One thing, we're going to have pretty much some cold temperatures overall, and the cold is going to stick with us. It's January. That's what we're getting here. More lake effect snow bands, not so much for Marquette itself, but around us. And again, that cold's going to hang around certainly into the weekend and probably through most of next week. Before we look ahead, let's check back. How was December? First, for the Marquette area, not for downtown here. Here's what we have here from December 2024. The average temperature was 23 degrees, a milder than normal month, almost 3 degrees above normal. Highest temperature was 39. That was set in the middle of the month. Coldest temperature did get down to -2. Snowfall, though, still below average, 29 inches for the Marquette area. That's almost 11 inches below normal. Now for downtown Marquette, we've had an average temperature higher, 26.7 degrees, almost 2.5 degrees above the normal. Highest temperature, we did hit 42 on the 13th. Coldest temperature on the 27th was 3 above. Snowfall for downtown, about 15.5 inches, and that's about 5.6 inches below normal. So on the grand scheme of things, even though it's cold at the end, it was mild for the month and a little bit scant on the snowfall here. We'll probably make up for some of that over the next couple of days here. Classic northwest flow as you go through the balance of tonight into Friday morning. And it's a cold wind. You can see winds sustained 15, gusts up to 20 to 25. So bundle up as we head on through Friday afternoon. And it stays fairly steady. We call that steady state. And whenever you get that, that usually means the same areas get hit with lake effect. And that includes areas east of Marquette to Sault Ste. Marie and along the shores of Lake Superior. Marquette, I mean, we'll get some here, but it looks like the worst will be around us, but not at us. You can see by Friday morning, a little bit of snow here in Marquette. Locally, an inch or two over to the west, and up to 3 inches possible on the eastern shores of Lake Superior. And then as we head toward Friday evening, we'll have up to 6 to 8 inches of snow. Lawns will have up to 6 inches, but Marquette itself, we're not expecting much less than an inch. So for tonight, cold conditions, some of those lake effect bands here, as we saw, temperatures will be in the teens overall to near 20 in the snowfall. And we just continue the same type of forecast tomorrow, but it's cold. Some of you not getting out of the teens or the lower 20s. After that, we're looking at temperatures staying cold right on through the weekend with some bands of lake effect snow. Slight moderation for early next week, but back into the teens for Wednesday and Thursday.
Tom, thank you. And coming up next, hopes are high that there will be enough snow for the UP 200 this year. For insights, we're talking with one of the board members about how much they need and what they're hoping to offer the UP community. That conversation in 2 minutes.
Hi friends, Richard Karn here. Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Imagine for less than a cup of coffee a day, Choice Home Warranty can help protect you from expensive major system and appliance breakdowns that your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover.
Call Choice Home Warranty now and get access to a nationwide network of over 15,000 technicians and the latest appointment setting technology so you'll know when they're on their way.
So, do what this old DIYer did and call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more. Call for your free quote today. Call in the next 5 minutes and get your first month free. 800-418-1754. 800-418-1754.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
She's inquisitive.
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. Organizers are hoping the snow will hold up and keep the UP 200 alive this year. Joining us tonight from the UP 200 race board is Ross Anthony. Ross, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, so we had some bad luck in the past 2 years as far as snow goes. So how much do you think we need to make this happen?
Yeah, we've made lemonade out of lemons for the last couple of years. We've done a great job, but we definitely need to pick up some snow here in Marquette. We've got about a month and a half left. And I mean, it really, in the end, average would be fine. You know, we've just been below average for the last 2.5 years or 2 years now. And Elder County's great. Elder County's looking real good right now. They've got snowbanks, and there's more than enough snow. And as we just heard, snow coming on the way. So we're optimistic this year. You know, prior to 2 years ago, we had never canceled the race, and then we ended up having to do it 2 years in a row. So we've got a backup plan. Worst case scenario, we'll run, you know, the Elder County route where we have the snow, but hopefully we don't have to go there. It's we're due. I think everybody's chomping at the bit to get out.
Sure, yeah, and given the past 2 years, what do you think this would mean for the UP community itself to be able to bring the UP 200 back in full force?
Yeah, I think to have those 2 years that we had, those 2 off years, I think most organizations, it would be really tough to get through that. I mean, we've been really lucky in the last couple of years to have Northern Michigan University on board for the UP 200, powered by Northern Michigan University. They've been a huge help in putting the festival together and kind of bridging that gap. But we're getting to the point where, if you know, we're hopeful that we don't have to worry about 3 years off. But at the same time, there is a momentum that continues with, you know, with what we do in being an organization and an event for the last 35, 34 years. So we're hoping to pull that together this year, bring that momentum back, and really create that excitement that although we had the excitement with the festival, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of people downtown and pulled that together, but the race just brings something different to the UP in terms of pulling communities from here to Grand Marais to Gwynn together that the festival just doesn't do and doesn't accomplish. So we're optimistic. The patterns look good. All of the long-term forecasts look good. We just need it to happen this year, and we're gonna have a race. It might, you know, worst case scenario, it won't be what it normally is, but we have decided we are gonna have a race somehow.
No matter what.
But at the same time, you know, I think for a lot of people, the race is downtown, and we need to get this race out of Marquette. So we really need snow. Average from here on out would be perfect. So, I mean, we don't need a ton of snow. We just need enough to get out of town.
Sure. Can you tell us anything about the teams that are signed up so far?
Yeah, so we have 14 teams for the Midnight Run right now, which is a really good showing, and then 17 for the UP 200. So with a month and a half, going into the new year in 2025, we feel that that's a pretty strong field. That's pretty average for the end. We'll have some movement and some new teams jump in, especially with the announcement today that the Bear Grease in Minnesota has delayed their race until after our race. So we might get some more mushers coming in and being involved. But really, the numbers aside, even it's just getting who we do have out on the trail. We're excited about who's coming and being able to provide a race with the last 2 years. I mean, that's really the heart of it.
Right, and there's a lot of work that goes into this. Is there any volunteer opportunities available at all?
Absolutely. The volunteer registration is open. If you go to the website, up200.org. We've got the website open. We're partnering again this year with Upers United, the United Way in Marquette, and that registration is now open. So you can go there, go to the website, go to our volunteers tab, and all those opportunities are available there. So if you have a spot that you normally like to do, and it's one of those things that you look forward to every year, jump on it now before it fills up, or go out there and just look for opportunities to get involved and be involved in an event more than just observing it, because I've always said that you see a different side of an event when you're involved in it rather than just showing up and observing. So.
All right, Ross. Hey, thanks so much for coming in
Yeah,
today, giving us
appreciate
a
it.
little preview. Hopefully that snow comes soon enough.
Yeah, it'll come.
All right, and still to come on your 19 News, Mike Ludlam tells us about a new high school basketball showcase that had a great second year. We'll hear from one coach on why it was a success when we come back.
Optimize your home with Maytag and Whirlpool appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Maytag and Whirlpool offer best-in-class warranties on durable, state-of-the-art appliances, perfect for your laundry room or kitchen. Available in stock or online, plus free delivery and 0% financing.
This January, X and O marks the spot for laughs.
Boom! I feel like I'm on your talk show. You're so uncomfortably close.
Join Drew Barrymore and 8 of her funniest friends.
The price was wrong, Drew.
Sometimes the stars help, but not always.
What type of bridge is the Golden Gate?
Is there different bridges?
It kind of looks like a black suit changed its mind.
Hollywood Squares premieres CBS January 9th and streaming on Paramount+.
When migraine strikes, do you question the trade-offs of treating? Ubrelvy is another option. It works fast, and most have migraine pain relief within 2 hours. You can treat it anytime, anywhere. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Don't take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing or face, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur hours to days after use. Common side effects include nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Ubrelvy.
She's fair.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan University each have 2 Central Collegiate Hockey Association Players of the Week for their efforts at the 58th Annual Great Lakes Invitational in Grand Rapids. The Huskies' Steven Sardarian is the forward of the week. He had 3 assists, including the assist on the overtime winner in Tech's 4-3 win over the Wildcats on Monday. He was +2 for the weekend. NMU's Tynan Ewert led the conference with a couple of assists and blocked shots with 8 last week for the Wildcats as they fell to Michigan State 2-0 and then on Monday to the Huskies. Wildcat goalie Ryan Willett posted a league-best .953 save percentage. He stopped 41 of 43 shots against the top-ranked Spartans on Sunday. After allowing 2 goals in the first period, he closed closed the game out with 32 consecutive saves. The Huskies' Logan Morell is the Rookie of the Week. He scored the overtime game winner in the third-place game. He is tied for the team lead with 8 goals this season. Michigan Tech is in Palm Springs, California for the Coachella Valley Cactus Cup. The Huskies will open against number 10 UMass Lowell tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern Time. Holy Cross and Omaha will meet in the second semifinal. High school hockey poll Division III for this week has been released, and Houghton is your number 1 team of the state with a 10-4 record. Orchard Lake St. Mary is next. Jeffers is 6th, Escanaba 7th, Calumet 8th, not to mention Alpena is 10th, and Hancock is 11th. A busy hockey schedule this weekend in the UP. Tomorrow, Brighton is at Houghton, Negaunee at Jeffers, Muskegon Mona Shores at Escanaba, Capital Cities at Calumet, Novi's at Hancock, and Manistee and Sault Ste. Marie also have home contests tomorrow. The Michigan Tech Lakeland and Hubble Basketball Showcase made tremendous strides in its second year. 1 girls game and 3 boys contests took place Monday at the SDC Wood Gym on the Tech campus. Event organizer and Lakeland and Hubble girls coach Jack Kumpala says the expansion to a 22-game regular season schedule has helped in making this second attempt a success, and he's hoping for more next season.
This year, we were able to set up a boys game against Crystal Falls. Great game, 2 really good teams. Both teams ended up playing in a regional final. Big crowd, everybody loved it, and they said, well, let's do it again. Let's see what we can do. So we did it. We thought of a showcase because it was a 1-game commitment. You just come up, you don't have to worry about 2 games, staying overnight, trips. You just come up, you play somebody you haven't played before, and we aligned it by records. You know, so the best game was the late game to undefeated Dollar Bay and Crystal Falls. And Tech was really supportive. Tech wants they've been so supportive with hockey and having this Christmas tournament. So next year we plan on expanding into a boys' night and a girls' night, 4 games of each.
Forest Park defeated Dollar Bay 67-49. The Skyline Central Conference won the 3 boys games with the Trojans, North Central, and Stevenson. Lakeland and Hubble took the only girls game for the Copper Mountain Conference over Norway, 57-46. Turning to the NBA, Detroit Pistons guard Jaden Ivey has undergone successful surgery for a broken fibula in his left leg. The incident happened last night right there in the fourth quarter when Orlando's Cole Anthony and Ivey dove for a loose basketball after a rebound. The 22-year-old Ivey will miss at least most of the remainder of the season, sources told ESPN. The Pistons said today that Ivey will be reevaluated in 4 weeks. He's doing quite well this season. 17.6 points per game, along with 4.1 rebounds and 4 assists per contest. Last night he had 22 and 4 assists as Detroit won 105-96. The Pistons' record is now 15-18, and guess what that means? That means they've already won more games this season than they did last season. Also in basketball, GLIAC action returns this evening as Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan are both in the Grand Rapids area. The Huskies have Grand Valley State and NMU with Davenport, and they'll flip-flop on Saturday. Lake Superior State visits Wayne State. In college football, the 4th game of this week, Georgia leads Notre Dame 20-10 in the second half. The Fighting Irish just scored, so excuse me, I said that backwards. Notre Dame leads Georgia 20-10 in the second half. If Notre Dame wins that game, that means seeds number 5, 6, 7, and 8 will advance to the semifinals. And we will be right back.
Yes, we're on thin ice. And everything is going up in smoke. Still, some are adding fuel to the fire, while the rest of us see the troubled waters rising. Our planet is under the weather. But when the going gets tough, the tough get, well, you know. Because in the heat of this moment, we're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it. Okay.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
We'll have some lake effect snow and very cold for tonight. Not much for Marquette, less than a ½ inch, but 1 to 3 in the belts to the east and along the shores of Lake Superior. And we'll get even more lake effect snow bands in those same areas as we head on toward Friday. The weekend, cold. Not much snow, but we're not getting out of the teens. And after a brief hit in the low 20s for Monday and Tuesday, another cold hit with some lake effect for Wednesday and Thursday. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, Tom, and that's all the time we have for now. We'll see you later tonight.